filler where needed.
Okay.
50-year-old scooter. Side panels, little thin skin.
So, yeah.
The next phase is to recoat the filler, because we have bare metal showing, with the epoxy primer again. So it should just be a light coat to seal this and the bare metal. That will be left to dry, and then the high build primer goes over everything.
Okay.
All the splits have been welded up, reinforced underneath. After a good few coats of a high build primer, let this sit, dry, whatever, for a week. Now use guide coating. So we've got a few runs here in the primer, and you can't see them here, but with the next phase you can't see anything. This very light satin black. Okay.
What does it mean?
The guide coats.
Let it dry for a few minutes, yeah?
Yes. In like an orbital sander to do this, but of course not everyone's got that equipment. You need to buy a flat block. This one is soft one side and hard the other for more curves. This one here really flexible. You might not want to. So you need to get abrasive paper. First of all, you'd use 320. And with this block and a light pass, what the guide coat does, you see. That's obviously a high spot there.
So, yeah, the run.
So you just keep gently sanding. Let the paper cut, don't push. This is just where they press the thing out, the metal gets stretched. But follow the shape round, don't do it like this on a curve. Do something like you're working around the dome, if you like. There's another run there. See? And now you can't see any guide coat. So the run's pretty much gone. So you just go over everything like when I first started doing this for a job 50 years ago, we'd use a hard rubber block like this, and this paper, you'd use a bucket of water and wet and dry sand it. But now most of this is done dry. On here, just going to sharp some dimples. See those 4 spots there? Is where this bracket has been spot welded onto this panel.
So you call it dimple?
Well, that's what they are, they're like dimples. They're not dents as such. And just keep going. I'm not going to get all of that out. So what I should probably do is give this some more primer at another later stage, because I want to fill. They've almost gone.
So you will do that to all of this?
All of these have been done with the machine and then by hand.
A lot, no?
Yeah.
Because
how hours just to do.
How many parts of that you need to do?
Finished the old paper, which has been used. Doesn't cut too well on the machine anymore, but it's still good enough to use by hand, rather than using a new piece of paper on things like this, because this is be a lot sharper than this. This will dig in more. So my is going all these edges here, where the machine can't get along here nicely, around here, all by hand, along these edges here, with old paper. Once that's done with 320, we then go use 500 over everything. With the and you're using it with the machine, you put this between what will be the hard back and the disc. This is what they call an interface pad. It's softer. So after using a hard block, I'd use 500 softer block to go over. It takes the 320 scratches out, makes it smoother. Fine sponge pad. And I would go over the whole panel again. See this here? This is some of the guide coat here. With this, use gently with your fingernails. A little bit more of it out. You show in little areas like this, so it's a lot easier to get in with the the sponge, the edges, down in here, and the corners. That's done. Now for something that's a bit awkward, there's some more, here you go.
That one.
It's a backing plate. This has been done with the 300, 320 rather, and then the 500, just quickly on this areas. But all this is still needs to be keyed up. Always save your fingers, wear a pair of gloves, otherwise you'll end up with no fingerprint, which might be handy, but your fingertips will become quite raw. That's an awkward shut. Something the other part of the hub. I just did this bit here with the machine, and we've got quite I'm pinching the abrasive in the veins. So you just go around, probably take 10 minutes to go over all of this, and then you have this side as well. Just need to scuff it up and see go all the way round. Something like the main frame. Over again, all the fold it up down there, down front, every surface. The idea being to get the paint to grip. That's it really. What?
I like that.
Because where it was welded, the holes, left a bit inside. Years ago, all this was done with paper. Now it's a lot easier. These cost more, obviously. But as they say, time is money. Next phase, once all this, what I call sponging hand, everything has to be cleaned. and the sealer will go on, because we've gone through in places, sanded through, that's bare metal, or the epoxy primer. It all needs to be a uniform colour. So I use a sealer, so all of this will be a uniform colour before applying the paint. That's for another day.
Okay.
Taking up from where we left off earlier, the parts that are going to be painted a different colour to the main scooter have been given a base colour, because the primer was a lighter colour than what's going to be. These parts are going to be black. Ideally, we would have used a darker primer. But there's been a change of the plan, so I had to go over with a darker base sealer. And these parts are going to be black. The inside of the mudguard has had a light coating of a stone chip on it. A couple of hours ago. These parts have all had a light coating of the black sealer, and they don't require any sanding. It's just a chemical bond now. And all these parts you see hanging up here, these are going to be gloss black. So let's go to mixing the paint up.
What is that?
It's a fan heater,
Fan
because it's not too warm in here at the moment. It's always a good idea to have a thermometer in wherever you're painting. And we are at 16 degrees in here. It was 14. Wants to be a bit warmer in here.
Okay.
Right. Excuse the mess. This is going to get all replaced before I paint the majority of the bike. Right, it's just a black base coat, and once the base coat has been applied, after that has dried, then the clear coat or lacquer will go on there. The base coat is mixed up here. We mix it 2 parts of the colour to 1 part of thinners. You can see we have the graded cup here. You see that? 2.1. Got 3.1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, and then your total volume here. So I'm going to mix up what will be 150 millilitres of black base coat to start with. So hopefully there's enough in here. Up to the first line with the A there, and then add to the next line where the B is.
Okay.
low volume, low pressure gun. What was that? Because this gun's not been used for a while. I'm just putting a small bit of thinners in there, to make sure it's still going to work. For the knife, you can't see it too well. In an attempt to keep
No granules.
a paint filter. Back in there. Right. Head. This is on its last legs, the zip broke. So I had to use some tape